Everybody, please come to the top of the mat. Heels and toes touching together. Make sure that your weight is evenly spread across all the toes. Present your big toes. Suck your stomach in, spine erect. Hands by your side. Gently roll your shoulders backwards. Chin away from your chest. Eyes gently closed. Shift your eye gaze to the third eye. The Jyotishmati, the light of awareness within. This is the standing Shavasana. We always come back in between the postures to this Tadasana. This is a nice relaxation posture. Let's begin today's session with an opening prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, let's begin today's practice with knee rotation. Put our hands on your knees. Gently roll your knees clockwise 5 times and anti-clockwise 5 times. You can mess with the guard, but you can never mess with the knees. The other side. Let's do hip rotation. Take a small step apart. Then make a big circle with your hips. Hips actually help you with the flexibility. Other side. Now let's keep our hands together. Let's do the waist rotation. Let's bring our feet together and let's move our hands up and down. Now let's do nice gentle neck rotation. Let's first do side by side and make sure that your eyes, eye gaze and the neck are fully coordinated together. And we can take a deep breath. Exhale. Inhale and move to the right gently. Open your eyes wide. And exhale, come to the center. Track the entire direction of the movement with your eye gaze. Inhale, move to the left. Exhale. Inhale, move to the right. Exhale. Follow the room. Inhale, move to the left. Exhale, come to the center. Now let's gently move up and down. Move the neck up and down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. exhale. Now let's do 2 full rotations on each side. Tuck your chin to the chest and slowly inhale and move up. Exhale and come down. Follow the entire corners of the room. The slower the better. Now let's do it on the anti-clockwise. Release. Now let's do the pranayama breathing. We'll start with our hands. Make sure that in the pranayama breathing, you keep your elbows fully engaged and fingers crushed. Okay. Ready, begin. Inhale. Make sure that your hands are only by your ears width, the shoulder width. They're not going by the sideways. Fingers squished, reaching the sky. Exhale. And make sure that your fingers are not spread out. Keep them glued together. This is yoga. We're always trying to be connected with the edges because most of the time we're not aware of our edges. We try to keep them together. Okay, ready, begin. Inhale. Elbow straight, stretch up, reach the sky. Exhale. Inhale. Stretch up. Exhale. Now let's do it on the side. Inhale. Glue your palms together, elbow straight. Exhale. The slower the better, and see if you can elongate the breath to the full range of movement. Okay, more. Inhale. Exhale. Now we inhale from the front and exhale from the side. Inhale. Stretch up. Exhale from the side. Now inhale from the side, exhale from the front. Exhale. Now let's do the advanced pranayama breathing. Okay, I'm going to do one demonstration and then we'll do it together. Interlace your fingers, bring your fingers under the chin, and while inhaling, you press the chin into the fingers and then bring the elbows up, something like that. Always stomach sucked in. Inhale. While exhaling, open the mouth big and make a big ha sound from the back of your throat, and then gently push your neck backwards, bring your elbows in front of your chest. So this is the final posture. Your elbows are again together, your fingers gently pushing the neck you completely open your neck. And what this does is, you're using the elbows and the full range of movement to fill our lungs with the complete oxygen, fill our lungs to about 100%. Okay, let's do it together. Everybody, come together. Interlace your fingers, press your chin into the fingers, some sucked in, and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Release. What happens is, eventually you do it about 20 times. Perhaps 2 sets of 10 each or 2 sets of 12 each. And this actually significantly increases your lung capacity. Okay, let's begin our standing postures. Take a big step, at least 4 feet apart, hands parallel to the ground, fingers fully squished, fully engaged. Turn your right foot to the right, slide to the right as far as you can without bending the right knee. Right hand down, left hand up, and look towards your left hand. And take 3 deep Ujjayi breaths. Release. Now this time, left foot to the left, left knee straight, slide to the left hand down, right hand up. Sticky, 3 deep breaths. Release. Come to the center, hands by your side. Like we discussed, every posture, we focus on 3 attributes. Number 1 is breath. We're always breathing comfortably or with Ujjayi breath. The second one is the vinyasa. How you enter the posture and then how you come out of the posture needs to be like a flow, seamless flow, smooth flow. No jerky movements are coming, particularly executing out of stuff. We don't want to rush back into it. And then the third one is drishti. We focus our eye gaze at one point in the posture, either raise hand, or if you can also close your eyes, shift your eye gaze to the third eye. And the last one is sthiti. And just be in that asana, observe and be ekatattva abhyasa, be oneness with the posture at least for 3 breaths. Okay, now let's do the Parshva Trikonasana. Take a big step, hands parallel to the ground. And this time, turn your right foot to the right and sit down. Sit down without moving to the right until your thigh becomes parallel to the ground. This is a perfect triangle. From your thigh and the standing leg, this left leg, it's a perfect triangle. Once you're comfortable here, gently rotate your palms. Right palm down, left hand over the ears. And make sure that you are in one straight line, particularly on the left side. On the left side of the body, you're not lifted up. That means you're not sitting down enough. Sit down until you become in one straight line. Take three deep breaths, sthiti, and then come back slowly. Keep your hands there, and this time turn your left foot to the left. Sit down until left thigh becomes parallel to the ground. You're looking straight, and then rotate your palms. Left palm down, right hand over your right ear, looking straight. 3 deep breaths. Release. Come back to the Tadasana. Now we'll do it one more time. This time we bring the resting palm to the other side of the foot. Take a big step. Once we get used to this yoga, you almost feel like you're actually doing a dance. It becomes more like a very graceful of your movements. You become like a flow. Turn your right foot to the right, sit down, and then rotate your palms. Bring your right palm to the other side of the right foot. Release. Now this time, left foot to the left side, sit down. And then rotate your palms. Make sure that you're sitting down enough so that on the right side, you're in one straight line. From the right hand to the waist to the right leg, you're in one straight line. Release. Back to the center. Now let's do warrior. Take a big step. Hands parallel to the ground. And turn about 90 degrees. Make sure that your 2 heels are in one line. Bring your 2 hands up, Namaskar Mudra. If you're right-handed, try to switch your left thumb over your right thumb. And then sit down. Sit down, make sure that your left knee is not bent. And then stick. Now turn about 180 degrees to the other side. Bring your hands up. And sit down. Right knee not bent. Right knee straight. Sit down. And the sticky. Be one with the posture. In the yoga philosophy, we believe that everything that we do, every action that we do is like an asana. And our job is to be oneness with that asana so that we are fully immersed in every detail of the asana. Now let's do the eagle posture, which opens up the 6 major joints, Garudasana. Come to Tadasana. Put your 2 hands up. And then bring your right elbow under your left elbow. Sit down. Suck your stomach in, balance on your left leg. Lift your right leg as high as possible and twist it around the left calf and make sure that right toe is pointed down. And the sticky. Release. Now let's do it on the other side. And again, every movement feel like a dance, very graceful. Left elbow under right elbow. Interlace your fingers. You can pull your shoulders down, pull your elbows down, opening up the shoulder joints. Suck your stomach in. Sit down. Now while balancing on your right leg, lift your left leg as high as possible. and twist it around your right calf. Release. Now let's take a deep breath. Say, ha. Relax. Inhale. Okay, now let's do the standing bow.
Oh, we forgot Vrikshasana, Vrikshasana.
No. Vrikshasana is going to come. Vrikshasana is going to come. Yeah, let's do the Nataraja. And I'm going to do it from the side. Everybody in the Tadasana, bring your right hand, palm facing up in front of you. Bring it to the side. Grab your right foot at the ankle from inside, not from the outside, but from the inside. Keep your shoulder nice and straight. Bring your two knees together, toes pointed. Lift your left hand up, fingers squished, elbow straight, reach the sky. And this is the balancing posture. Only when you're comfortable here, if you're not comfortable here, this is the asana that we go from here. Once you're comfortable here, kick as much as possible, and then stretch. Kick and stretch. And look straight through your third fingernail. Kick and stretch. Kick and stretch. The thing is, we have to focus more on the kicking because that actually gives the more flexibility, and then do the stretch. Right? Now let's do it on the other side. Bring your left hand palm facing up, bring it to the side, grab the left foot at the ankle, left toes pointed, right leg straight. Make sure that your standing leg is always locked, no bend right knee. Stretch your right hand up, take a deep breath and exhale. If you're losing the balance, always fall back to the breath. And then kick. Kick as high as you can, and then stretch. Please. Perfect, Priya. I think that's a good attempt. But I think what you're doing is you're stretching more, you're focus on your kick and then stretch. Yeah? Let's do it one more time. Grab your right foot at the ankle from inside. Stretch your left hand up. Make sure that your two knees are together. Standing knee is not locked. If this is not the right posture, don't proceed further. And then once you're there, then kick without moving the hands. Kick as high as you can, and then go. Release. Now let's do it on the other side. Grab your left foot at the ankle with your left hand. Keep your right knee locked. Stretch your right hand up. And then from here, kick and stretch. Release. Now let's do Vrikshasana, the tree posture. Release. Good posture, Priya. And now let's come to Tadasana. Balance on your left leg. Lift your right leg as high as possible. Press into your left thigh. Make sure that your knees are in one straight line. They're not coming in the front or in the back. They're like in parallel with the waistline. Bring your two hands up to the center of the chest. Lift your hands up. And from here, keep your elbows straight, looking straight. If you can balance comfortably, shift your eye gaze to the third eye, the Jyotishma. And when you're doing it, you can actually visualize yourself that you're fully immersed with yourself in the asana. Now balance on your right leg. Let's switch to the other side. And press your left foot into your right thigh. Bring your two hands to the center of the chest. Lift your hands up. And the sthiti. Keep your elbows straight. Release. Now we've done the preparatory postures. Let's actually move to the sun salutations. Everybody come to the top of the mat. And we'll follow step by step. Tadasana. Step 1, inhale. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, back bend. First elbow straight. Lock your eye gaze to the tip of the fingers and let the fingers guide you backward. Exhale, stomach sucked in, forward bend. Inhale, half lunge to the right. Right knee down, right toes pointed, stretch up. In every moment of the sun salutation, there are lots of detail. You have to be one with the infinite detail. Hold your breath, get to the plank. Exhale for Shastanga, knees down, chest down, and glide. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, downward dog. In the downward dog, press your heels into the floor, stomach sucked in. Inhale, half lunge to the left. Left knee down, left toes pointed, stretch up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, hands to the center, hands by the side. Now let's do it one more time to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, back bend, elbow straight. Eye gaze to the fingers. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, half lunge to the left. Hold it into plank. Exhale, Shastanga. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, half lunge to the right. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, come to the center, hands by your side. Now let's do half moon. In the yoga philosophy, we believe the spine is the center of the universe, or the spine is the center of the perception of the universe. So we keep the spine bent in all different directions. So everybody lift your hands up. Glue them together, elbows straight. And then while inhaling, bring your hands to the right, push your hips to the left. Inhale. Exhale, come to the center. Inhale to the left, hips to the right. Exhale to the center. Center. Now let's do some advanced variations of sun salutations. Everybody come to Tadasana. Step 1, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, half lunge to the right. Hold, get into plank. Here, let's bring your knees down. Let's do some cat and cow. Inhale to the cow. Pick it up, tailbone up. Exhale to the cat. Head down, tighten your tucked in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then continue with the inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. In the downward dog, you can also do the Uddiyana. Inhale, upwards to the left. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, back bend. And let's continue with the flow. Exhale. Elbows down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, half lunge to the left. Hold, get into plank. Exhale into tabletop. Inhale to the cow. Exhale to the cat. Inhale to the cow. Exhale to the cat. Inhale to the cow. Exhale to the cat. Inhale. Exhale. And continue with Shavasana. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, half lunge to the right. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, back bend. Exhale to the Tadasana. And let's do half moon. Inhale. Inhale to the right, hips to the left. Exhale to the center. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the center. Ready? Gently lie down. One last thing. Whenever we are doing the half moon, some of you are actually bending the elbows. As much as possible, keep your elbows straight, because that's the yoga. Lie down on your Shavasana. We move on to the floor series. Lie down on your back. Heels touching together, toes fall apart. Hands by your side, palm facing the sky. Chin away from your chest, eyes closed. Shift your eye gaze to the third eye. Take a deep breath with Ujjayi. Exhale and sink into the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Gently, quickly for 30 seconds, scan your entire body from the toes to the top of the head. Feel any uncomfortable sensation, just be aware of it and just move on. Let's start the floor series with Tasana. Windy living posture. Keep your left leg relaxed on the floor. Grab your right leg 2 inches below the knee with your interlaced fingers. Pull your right knee to the side and then towards your right shoulder. Pull your right knee towards your right shoulder, avoiding the rib cage. Tuck your chin to the chest to stimulate your thyroid and keep your spine in the neutral position. And the sticky. Knees. Keep your right leg relaxed on the floor. Grab your left leg 2 inches below the knee and pull your left knee towards your left shoulder, avoiding the rib cage. Tuck your chin to the chest and the asana. Release. Now this time bring your 2 legs up. Grab your 2 legs with your hands over the knees. Try to grab your elbows. Tuck your chin to the chest, keeping your spine in neutral position. And the asana. Release. Now let's do Navasana, the boat pose, which is to tone our abdominal muscles. And this is not about lifting as high, but it's about keeping the legs and upper body in one line. Glue your 2 legs together, point your toes, bring your 2 hands in front of your chest in Namaskar Mudra. And then lift your legs and upper body. Make sure that your hands are parallel to the ground. They're not lifted up or down, they're parallel to the ground. Your eyes, hands, and the toes are in one line. Yep. Shifting all your weight and balancing on your hips. Release. Now let's do Sarvangasana. Sarvangasana. Do your two legs together. Put your palms down. And then lift your two legs without bending your knee. Toes pointed. Make sure that your waist and the entire spine, all the way to the coccyx, is nicely neutrally rested on the mat. Now let's do some stretches. Inhale, separate your legs. Exhale, come to the center. Again, synchronize your breath. Exhale. And then slowly release. And stop about 1 inch away from the ground. Keep it there. Take 2 deep breaths. Release. Now we'll come back. We'll do the half shoulder stand, and then from there we will move into the full shoulder stand. And again in the vinyasa, we come back to the half shoulder stand and then release. Everybody, lift your two legs up, come into the half shoulder stand. And press your palms to the ground, and then bring your legs towards your head, towards back wall. And then lift. Shift your weight, balance your weight on your shoulders and upper body. Use your hands on your waist to support your back. Toes pointed. If your legs are towards the back, try to shift them away. And then come back to the half shoulder stand. If you want, we can stretch your legs. Inhale. Exhale. And release. And stop about 1 inch away from the floor. Release. Today we'll try to do cloud, which is the Halasana. We'll again come back to the shoulder stand. And then this time keeping your legs straight and bring our legs all the way to the back wall. Okay. Everybody come back to the half shoulder stand. If you're comfortable, you could actually just try to do it here, but it's always easier when you come to the shoulder stand and then bring your legs back. And then from here, interlace your fingers, point your index finger, suck your stomach in, and the asana. And then if you want, we can actually come straight way into half shoulder stand and release. There are 2 ways of doing it, whatever gets comfortable. You can come to the half shoulder stand and do it like this, or you can get into the shoulder stand. And then from here, you can do it. Any questions on the shoulder stand? Okay, let's move on. Let's do the fish pose to release the tension in your leg. Press your hand.
When I do the shoulder, sorry, it took a while to get to the.
Go.
when I do the shoulder stand, when I get back, I feel, I mean, it's funny. My gravitation pulls me all the way down. I can't do.
You
I
cannot
can't
come
do.
back. Understand? You cannot
Yeah,
come
I
back.
feel like I'm dropping. Like my hips are completely dropping.
I see. One thing that you can do is you can try shifting your attention to the toes, and because in the mind, keep the toes pointed, and then shift your awareness to the toes, and then always stretch the toes. So because when the toes are pointing, it actually fights against the gravity.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right. So shift your attention more towards you are pointing upwards, then you fight against the gravity.
Okay.
Right. Instead of collapsing, always try to press against to the away from the gravity, and then that way it will probably, and then engage your core, and then you can gradually practice.
Okay.
Try that.
When you do Halasana, so your back is flat, or is your hip raised?
No, hip raised, right?
But so back is flat.
Only the thing is, in fact, in the advanced postures, you can even try to even bend some of the waist also. And as you go in, it's like, it's almost like a carpet. You can roll yourself.
Ah, okay.
How much, in fact, some of the advanced people will also try and see, even the hips are also there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Go as much as possible, and you can even do like this.
Got you.
Right. So it's like, make your body like a carpet. Right. So let's do the fish pose. Put our hands under your hips, palm facing down, glue your legs together, and press your elbows into the mat, and lift your chest up, and bring your top of the head to the mat. So you're opening up your chest and the neck, releasing any tension that comes from the shoulder stand. Release. Now gently using your elbows, lift yourself up. Let's do Paschimottanasana, half shoulder stand. Bring your left foot, press into your right thigh, make yourself about a 90-degree angle. And flex the toes towards you. Let's actually follow step by step with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, grab your right foot 2 inches below the toes. Inhale and stretch your spine, elongate the spine. Exhale, elbows down, forehead down. And the sticky. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's do it on the other side. Press your right foot into your left thigh. Flex your left toes towards you. Inhale. Exhale. Grab your left foot 2 inches below the toes. Inhale, stretch your spine. Exhale, elbows down, forehead down. And asana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's do the full forward bend, Paschimottanasana. Inhale. Exhale, grab your 2 big toes. With your fingers, pull them towards you. Inhale, stretch your spine from the coccyx, elongate the spine. Exhale, elbows down, stretch your spine forward. This is more of a forward bend, not a curl. Asana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's do the Shavasana. This is the sitting Shavasana. And from here, let's do the reverse plank to release the back from the forward bend. Inhale. Exhale. Now flip your fingers and then do it one more time. Exhale. Now let's do the Titli butterfly posture, Tadasana. Bring your 2 feet together. And bring your feet closer, bring your heels closer to your body. And then flap your butterfly wings. I only see small butterflies. I don't know what's happening today. Flap the wings. And then grab your toes with your fingers. Press your elbows into your thighs. Inhale and curl down. Bring your forehead to the toes. Release. Now let's move to strengthening our spine. Lie down on your stomach. Do the spine strengthening series. Glue your 2 legs together, toes pointed, as if you only have one cobra tail, no 2 legs. Align the top of the fingers with the top of the shoulders. They're not, the hands are not too far ahead or far down. They're perfectly aligned. Make sure that your elbows are always touching the body. Now, without using your hand strength, lift up like a cobra all the way from your legs, from the lower back, and stretch up and look up. Make sure that your navel is not coming off the mat. Press your elbows down, touching the body. Feel the deep stretch in the lower spine and the asana. Now let's strengthen the upper body. Roll side to side. Palm facing the mat. Glue your 2 legs together. This time, bring your left ear onto the mat. Look to the right. Now keep your left leg nice and relaxed on the mat. Lift your right leg up. No bend knee. As high as you can. And shift your eye gaze to the right foot. See if you can see it or make an indent. Release. Now rotate your head, right ear onto the mat, look to the left. Now keeping your left leg nice and relaxed on the mat, lift your left leg up as high as you can. Shift your eye gaze to the left foot. Release. Now bring your chin onto the mat. Now this time, we'll do the full Shavasana. Glue your 2 legs together. Keep your knees straight. And lift your both legs up. While lifting your legs up, consciously shift your weight towards your shoulders. Lift up. If you're comfortable, you can also do some kicks. then let's do Shavasana. Lift your arm to the mat, lift it right. Now let's work on the middle spine. Stretch your hands like two aeroplane wings. Glue your legs together like an aeroplane tail. And inhale and lift your legs and hands up for takeoff. And lift up, 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 and slowly down. Now let's do the last posture in the spine series, which is the Dharma. Grab your left foot 2 inches below the toes with your left hand. Grab your right foot 2 inches below the toes with your right hand. And kick both legs up. First kick and then lift your upper body. Kick. Asana. Right heel onto the mat, lift to the left, Shavasana. Now slowly lift yourself up for doing the chain posture. Sitting Vajrasana. Lift your 2 hands up. Take a deep breath, elbow straight, chin away from your chest. Inhale, and while exhaling, slowly come down, keeping your hands and head together. Come down until your forehead touches the mat and stretch forward. Make sure that your hips are never coming off the feet. This is a deep stretch, spine stretch forward with the fingers pointed. The fresh oxygenated blood gushes through your brain, clearing up any fog, confusion. If you want, you can also try bring your hands by your body, by the side of your body. This is a very good posture for people who have insomnia or some confusion. Now slowly, while inhaling, slowly come back the way you went into the posture. Exhale. So make sure that whenever you're doing these postures, your hands are glued to your ears and you're moving like one unit. Now let's do camel. Everybody stand on your knees and we'll do it step by step. Inhale, rotate your right hand and then backwards and then grab your right heel. And then rotate your left hand and then grab your left heel. And then slowly look back, relax your neck. And while inhaling, lift up and push forward. And then again, come back. Has there been an easier way to do the camel? Like rotating your hands?
Getting out of the posture, I feel pushing the hip back onto your heels and then releasing your arms.
I think, we always like, and then keeping the balance with your right hand. And then because we push the hips, right? So we probably would have to bring it into the easy posture and then come back, right? There is another way that we do, right? Which is more from this way. But I think, this way is step by step is a much easier, smoother way to get into the camel. And then someday, just like how we do the back bend in the sun salutation, again, we always use our fingers as the guiding force. And this is how I got into the full camel. So it is always fix my eye gaze to the top of the fingers. And then without paying any attention to where I'm going, I let the fingers guide me. Again, it's more of your mind exercise and the drishti exercise, right? Then we actually, but don't try the full camel.
No. And my heels are raised in the sense yours is flat. I'm not there yet. So my.
Oh, I see.
So I am still there and leading towards that.
Is there any pain or anything in your ankle?
No, I feel my back when it's flat. I have to bend further.
I think to get the more flexibility, we have to push our hips forward as much as possible, because I think the hips are always right. So the more you push it forward, you create actually the deeper bend. Right?
For me, my toes hurt if I rest them on the floor like you do. So, like you're doing like how we would do when we do the Anjaneyasana. Yeah, so that if I do that and do the camel or half camel or whatever it is that I'm doing, my toes hurt. So I need to be on my tippy toes. Otherwise, it really hurts.
I think, it's only because of the lack of use, perhaps. I think, what happens
I think the strength is not there, but if I'm on my tippy toes, I think somehow it handles it. Like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If you do the same Ustrasana, but not rest on the floor, but my toes, they seem to handle that body weight better than if the toes are on the floor.
Yeah. I think what happens is over the time, with the type of activities, we only use a portion of our muscles. So what happens is when in the yoga, when you're trying to kind of stretch and engage all the different parts, then suddenly it's like, hey dude, what are you doing, right? And then but the dude is going to become a friendly dude eventually, right? So
I didn't even do Ustrasana until Savita taught me on video. But even now, I don't think I get into it and get out very gracefully. Get out, yes, but
the thing is, let's not focus on the final expression. Whatever the little that you're doing, if you actually can focus on the vinyasa, like, easily getting there and then getting out, easily getting there and getting out with the right technique, right? I think that actually helps much better. Okay, since we did the deepest back bend, let's do a forward bend. So people that want to do, we can also do the tail posture. That's also a way of doing it. What I'll do is I'll do a rabbit. Sit in Vajrasana, grab your heels with your hands, tuck your chin to the chest, and then slowly keeping your stomach sucked in. Okay, until your forehead touches the knees. And make sure that you're pulling your heels, no bent elbows.
Srini, can you do that one more time? This how you got into the posture.
So basically feel that you are like, because in the back bend, what you do is you did the reverse bend. Now what we are trying to do is we are actually trying to create the biggest arch on the outer side, right?
Is this Sashangasana?
Right, exactly.
Rabbit.
Right. So basically
Rabbit,
it's like rabbit. So basically it's like, grab your heels, stuck your stomach in, tuck your chin to the chest, and then slowly keeping your elbow straight, you're pulling your heels to create the stretch. And then again, come back the way that you can.
Can we try now? We will try now.
Yeah. Why don't you try it? If you're not comfortable,
I don't know if I'm doing it correctly.
Yeah, first, I think, Sabitaji, I think, keep your spine straight first, tuck your chin to the chest, and then curl, and then rotate. And then while rotating, pull your heels, because that's how you're actually getting the deepest stretch. Now, forward. And then lift your hips up. Lift your hips up. Eventually, what happens is your thighs will become perpendicular to the thing. Oh, perfect. You're perfect. And then to pull the heels more to feel the even more stretch from the lower back.
I don't know to pull the heels. I'm perpendicular, but I don't know to pull the heels. So,
Sabitaji, actually, you're in a perfect posture. Let me 1 second. Actually, I wanted to see if I could get a picture of you, but you're in a fantastic posture. That's a very good posture. I think, maybe you can actually take a seat. I think, sorry, I didn't want to, I put you on the spotlight actually, but
do it, let's see.
No, the other thing is, are there any issues with that, Savitaji?
Sorry?
Are there any issues? I think it looks like you have a perfect posture.
No. I don't feel any pain.
You don't feel any pain. I think, and then try to pull more, and then eventually your thighs will become perpendicular. Yeah.
Okay.
And then grab your heels. Yeah. Perfect. And then lift your legs. Lift your legs. Yeah. Perfect. And then slowly your forehead is going to touch the knees, and then pull. Keep your elbows straight. Excellent. Super. And then release. Slowly come back the way that you landed. I think, that's fantastic. And again, the key thing to remember about the vinyasa is your elbows are straight, engaged. You're pulling the thing. The pulling is going to come off as the last detail, because you're actually pulling from the first. So what happens is when you're coming up, you're already relaxed first on your hands, and then you're doing the thing. So whatever exactly we're going to reverse the way it is. First, you're the pulling, then tuck the chin, and then the pulling. Then you move into the posture while continuing to pull the heels. You have to pull the heels and then go, because that is going to create the movement. Okay.
Can you correct me too?
Okay, I think only if you can show me. Okay, good. I think everybody can watch Priya, and then we can see if we can correct her. Yeah.
But if I go perpendicular on my thighs, I can't touch my heels.
I think the biggest thing that you're doing is, you're not actually making the perfect arc. Your forehead needs to get more closer to the knees. That's when you get the biggest arch. You create more space. Otherwise, what's happening is you're only creating the forward bend. You're not creating the arch to create the counter to the back bend, right? So perfect. And then eventually, as you're doing it, you don't put much weight. You don't put any weight on your head at all. The total resting is happening through your pull movement on your heels. This forehead or the top of the head is only touching just as a guiding force. Am I making sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So let's.
Because when I did that closer arch that you told me, I could do it, but my neck seems to hurt a lot when my head touches the floor. I don't know. I'll slowly get to it. I do it gradually because I have a neck problem, right? I find it hurting, so I'll do it slowly.
Yeah. I think even my neck also has a lot of problem, but I think eventually that's when we need to be doing it more with awareness. Okay, let's do the last posture, which is the the Ardha Chendrasana, half spine twist. Cross your left leg. Make sure that your left toes are pointed. Bring your right leg over your left knee. Stretch your left hand up. Bring it over your right leg. Grab your left knee. And keep your spine straight. And feel the right thigh pressing into the stomach area, massaging the pancreas, helping to regulate insulin. And keeping your spine straight, slowly look to the right and twist and look over your right shoulder. And the asana. Release. Now let's do it on the other side. Cross your right leg. Bring your left leg over your right knee. Make sure that your weight is evenly balanced on your two hips. Stretch your right hand up. Grab your right knee over your left leg. Keep your spine straight. Look to the left and twist. Twist and look over your left shoulder. Asana. Release.
I have a question. For Garudasana, you told me that the leg that the hand that wraps around the same same leg should wrap around the other leg. For this also, you told me the same. So when I'm putting my left leg on top, shouldn't my left hand touch the knee?
Yeah. So right hand cross. Right leg crossed. Right hand grabbing the right knee.
Yeah. Okay.
Left hand cross. Left hand grabbing the left knee.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that concludes our postures for today. We started with Ujjayi. Let's do the Kapalabhati Kriya, and then we'll do our sequence. Kapalabhati Kriya, Uddiyana Bandha, and then try to get into meditation. To begin, this is actually from the Shivananda sequence. Everybody, sit comfortably, and then ready, begin Kapalabhati, faster and harder. Exhale completely. Extend your rib cage. Hold. Inhale. Rotate your fingers. Feel the fresh oxygen filling up the entire lungs. We work so hard. The prana is energizing every cell in our body. Exhale. Inhale, try to get into meditation. Shift your eye gaze to the third eye. Exhale. Do one more time. This time we'll do it with the Ujjayi. We'll begin. Exhale, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale. Feel the prana. Exhale. Inhale and get into meditation. Exhale. Let's take a deep breath for 3 times of Om chanting. Aum, the trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, the 3 energies within. Inhale. 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 Observe the Om, the Pranavam, the Ishvara, the vibrations within your entire body from the toes to the top of the head. You feel the same Om wrapping all around you. Adi Shankara says in Pratasmarana Stotram, Pratasmarami idi samspurat atma tattvam Satchit Sukham Paramahamsa Gatim Turiyam Yat Swapna Jagara Sushuptim Avaiti Nityam Tad Brahma Nishkalam Aham Nacha Bhuta Sangaha Pratar Vajami Manasa Vachasamagamyam Vacho Vibhanti Nikilaya Danugrahena Yam Neti Neti Vachanaihi Nigamavuchuhu Tam Devamajam Achyutam Ahiragriyam. We are not the body or the mind. We are not the Jagrati, the awakened or the sleep or the dreamful state. We are the fourth, the Turiyam, the eternal, pure bliss consciousness, the joy that cannot be described by the words or the thoughts. Let's do the final chant. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We wish everybody to be happy. We wish everybody to be free of sorrow and illness. We wish everybody to see only auspicious things. Let there be peace everywhere. With that wonderful intention of our palms, generate the fire and love of knowledge. Up our eyes to transmit this knowledge to our eyes, to give us the right vision, the divine vision, the clairvoyant vision, to see the things the way they are. Divyam Dadamiti Chakshu. And slowly, at your own pace, with a bright smile, open your eyes. Thank you all for sharing your yoga practice with me this morning. Hope you enjoyed the practice. Any thoughts, comments?
Sriniji, maybe not today, but maybe in tomorrow's session, I want to get some kind of your advice on some postures for tightness in the back and lower back pain.
I think the lower back pain is something that's how I actually got into yoga. I was supposed to get a back surgery because I have like a lot of herniated discs and the lower side, and then also have things. So that's how I got into the back. But I think the way this works is the back pain is because the pinched nerves, there is not enough room. So what we need to do is we need to create more traction, elongate the thing, so you create more space between the vertebrae. So anything that you can do, the back bend. In fact, there is a simple rule, right, in life. You have to bend backwards to get something. So to reduce the back pain, back bends are the secret, because when you do the back bend, you're actually creating the traction. You're elongating the spine, so it creates more space. So and there are some restorative postures, and then there are some preventive postures. Like for example, when you are in a deep back pain, doing even the Pavan Muktasana, because that also creates the traction, from the lumbar spine. That's kind of a restorative posture. And then from there, we can slowly do the bridge. But the real strengthening and the thing happens from the spine strengthening series, or anything that we are actually doing the back. And then the other one is in life, most of the time you're slouching forward and then you're bending forward, right? That is the root of all the back pains. So what we need to do is, number one, we need to bend backwards so much in life, almost, whenever, if you're actually bending forward, then you always, have to spend that much time or more on the back bend. And the more important thing is, whenever you're bending backwards, you have to engage the core muscles. So I think, that is the way to, we always engage the core so that you don't actually put the pressure on the lower spine. So, but I think, that's how I actually do it. I get into sometimes, during my constant travels, I get into a weird state where I cannot even move, but then, slowly one thing at a time, and then you fix yourself back up. So you become your own chiropractor, literally.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, comments?
Thank you, Srini. This was a good session, especially doing it outside than inside the house, giving so much fresh air. I was muted most of the time, but I was able to hear more natural sounds, and then while meditating was very helpful.
Yeah, it is actually. I mean, when I first started the practice, I used to get up in around 4:30 or 5 o'clock. I mean, now I don't have that much discipline, but and then I used to have a second floor balcony to avoid the Texas snakes. Actually, there's this funny story. One time I was actually practicing in my backyard. After I was like lying down in Shavasana, then I saw a snake, right behind my head.
Oh.
I thought, it probably enjoyed. Probably the snake thought that I was a Shiva or something, right? Then I basically said, then I got scared, and then I moved it to the second floor balcony because I'm not a Shiva. I'm a Srini. Okay. So the snakes need to spare with me, right? So, but I think, the 4:30 or whenever you wake up in the morning, and then if you actually just be by yourself and then just sync with the nature, and then asanas and the nature. I think there is a yoga sutra that says Bhava Pratyayo Prakriti Layanam. I think Videhi Prakriti Layanam. So that's when we transcend the body. We ignore that there is a body, and then we become one with the Prakriti Layanam. Bhava Pratyayo Videhi Prakriti Layanam. Right?
Oh.
I think that's fantastic. Savita Garu, I think you've been fantastic with your Shashankasana. So become a yoga.
Oh, thank you. I mean, definitely, Nitya practice is healthy.
Exactly. Someday, Savita is going to be on a yoga journey.
She's talking about it.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay, that's fantastic. So let's, if you are interested, actually, I'll probably still do it, but I think today I don't want to introduce any more topics. I think let's just perhaps, if any of you have any topics that you want to share, that's great. But I think perhaps what Savitaji, what you said, applied Dharma, applied concepts. I think we've already have enough concepts actually.
No, I was thinking about it later on, and I get what you were trying to say, that you have to, the swadhyaya, it's important to understand. But sometimes life takes over, and certain small techniques helps. And I feel that's the difference between Western and Eastern. Western gives you techniques in your hand, like, hey, do this, all those things. That becomes handy. Eastern philosophy is like, experience within, focus, go deeper. Time, there's no time for that all the time.
Are you talking about the practice of Dharma, or what are you talking about?
Everything, basically everything in life, right?
So
like,
why do you need techniques to practice Dharma?
No, it's not about like techniques to
spiritual awakening, rather than it's not tactical. I don't know how to say it. If you have that mindset, you will do it automatically. You don't need a technique, right?
No. Okay. If you were part of the conversation, if it's like Sunilji had the dilemma of being a practitioner and his personal, things. Sometimes I feel a quick decision, the intuition doesn't kick in at the right time. To make the decision. So not always you need the technique, I understand, but I think when I read in Western, like, not philosophy, like somebody who presents the same Eastern philosophy in a Western words, is some reason it feels like it's a technique rather than, they might be saying the same thing, whatever our philosophy is saying. It's just I think the way to put it out, I don't know, just my experience.
You're absolutely right. Like, for example, if we look at the flow theory, from Macaulay, it's very simple. Basically, it's like, how do you be in a blissful state, right? In the karma yoga, right? It's a combination of karma yoga and the blissful state. What this guy came up with this is, don't be attracted by the money and this stuff. Always engage in doing a task that is about 10 to 20% beyond your skills, right? Not more than, if you perform any task more than 20%, then you get anxiety, you are overwhelmed, that leads to dissatisfaction. Or if you do any task that is like, less than the skills that you have, the resources that you have, then that also leads to boredom and all that kind of stuff. The way to transcend any monetary reward is to engage in activities constantly, and then you're constantly pushing yourself this 10 to 20%. That's when the dopamine or all those things get fired up, and you have this continuous bliss. And it has nothing to do with monetary or anything. You basically are looking at the resources that you have. Could be your skills. Like even in the asana, when you're doing the asana, if you apply the flow, the thing that I would tell people, like, first, most of us struggle with giving our 100%. And that actually leads to boredom. You never build a passion for it. You never enjoy the nectar of it, the joy of doing the asana, because most of the time you're underplaying it. And then that actually then falls into the tricks of the 9 obstacles that Patanjali said, alasya, samshaya, Sthana, this thing, Alabda Bhumi, Katvani, Satvani, Pramada, all those things are going to come in. It's only when you give 100% and then push it by 10% to the 20%, that's when you have a sense of victory. You have a sense of victory, you have a sense of joy, and that joy is going to power you, because once you get taste addicted to that, then you're always trying to, it's like, okay, push the new frontier, push the new frontier. You're always that 10% incrementally is going to reach to samyama. Right? This entire philosophy of the Karma Yoga, Bhagavad Gita, and this stuff, then there is this dude, that wakes up in Poland, and then he kind of comes up with the flow theory. Right? And that's the reason it's so fascinating, actually. That's what in Sanskrit that says, right? Ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti, which is like, the munis come in all flavors, and they all say the same thing, right? So it's just ekam sat. So, but I think that's what, when I look at some of these things, the flow or some of those things, that's why I think, there is no Eastern or Western when you actually integrate, like what Kanikaji was saying, life is happening for you or to you. It's such a simple statement that really allows you to figure out, how you want to look at life. Right? You can even say like Ishwar Pranadana, Karmanyevadikaraste Mapaleshu Kadachina. That is like, dude, think that I'm always there. You just go do your duty. I'm going to take care of you. Right? Life is happening for you, not to you. Right? Somebody is not there to punish you. I think this is where the difference, this is my understanding. I'm not trying to judge any different faiths. I believe even Gandhi was asked, it's like, particularly he was cajoled by so many people to switch to Christianity or other faiths. And the one thing that he actually never could get comfortable with, which is like in some of the faiths, perhaps, I think, where it's like, you are a sinner. You are a sinner, and just by surrendering to the Lord, because he already paid for all your sins. All you have to do is just surrender to the Lord. But I think it's only the Sanatana Dharma that says like, you are actually nothing but that Brahman. You are the divine. Right? It's just that there is a conditioning that actually has done it, but you are nothing but you are the divine soul. Tadadrashtuhu. And but the thing is, the way the anchor practicing, I think, there are applied. I think what I actually realized, what I do is I get into the same dilemmas like Sunil Ji, which is like I write so many blogs because every day is a constant conflict. Like, am I actually doing my job? Then there is this hierarchy of, okay, what is more important? Then, you try to, then I kind of sometimes have discussed like, I'm the Robin Hood. I'm the modern day Robin Hood. I make money here, and then my job is to distribute somewhere else, or get somewhere, and then you're just becoming a distributor of something, right? I think these are all the conflicts, but I think the Swadhyaya is going to come in. I think
how are you Robin Hood? You're not robbing anybody. You're giving away your time and your money, yes, but why are you Robin Hood?
No, Robin Hood is like, if I look at, the money that I get from my job, I don't deserve it. I mean, this whole capitalism, I think, it's not, deserve it. I think, some market economics, will tell you supply and demand. So it's like, so basically it's like, I'm like stealing money from, let's say, my company, and then trying to do, that's how I view myself.
Let me tell you something. I mean, we all have a karma where we have to earn our living. Maybe it was not want to earn a little extra, but as long as you put it to good use, you're fine. I think you are fine too. In fact, of the 12 Alvars, we have Thirumangai Alvar, who's the king of Thirumangai. He stole to serve. He stole to serve the Lord and his devotees. And he's an Alvar. He is one of Vishnu's favorites, according to us. So it is. He was a king, but he also stole. He robbed. He plundered and robbed in the night. He did things.
If you don't mind, actually, I like your posture. You're like the perfect Narayana posture. Very, very good. I think, how about, we pick up this conversation in the evening satsang. So it is actually, this is a fantastic thing, right? I mean, I really like your posture, actually. That is very good. Srimam Narayana, it is Marpayami. I think, so it is like, always it's like, Kayana Vasa Manasundeva, Buddhyatmana Vava, Karoma Yajna Kalambraspai, Prinaya Narayana, it is Marpayami. Chalo, let's have a wonderful day, and then we'll talk again. Okay? Bye.
Good night, good morning. I feel